Old IPs are dying. Innocent and unforgotten games like this one need your help. They may be facing bankruptcies, and honestly, they just might deserve it. Now, before we start, I want to let you guys know that I was able to buy this game with your support. This is the first video game I was able to buy 100% from Stream, and I want you to know that this video is sponsored by you. You guys helped me do this. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. All right, so I want you guys to know right off the rip that I really gave this game a chance. I'm talking about I put at least 15 hours into it. I did a lot of the side missions, got special vehicles, got special weapon upgrades, and I have to tell you that this is more of the same. Like, if you've loved Saints Row and you love those games, this is the same thing you've already done and already played. But it's not going to change the mold, nor is it going to make you feel any different about Saints Row. So I want to let you guys know I'm a big fan of Saints Row 1, 2, and 3. I've loved them for a long time. I thought they were a lot of fun. I thought they were getting a little wacky in the third one, but it was acceptable because it felt like it was from an adult cartoon. One that was just going to make jokes and make us laugh, and it was just not taking itself seriously. Now, on the fourth game, they went a little too far, and then Gat Out of Hell was also just a mess, and then the series kind of went dark. Now, during this hiatus, they decided to go and remake the series, rebooting it into a new character-driven, new storyline, but something is missing. That little spark that was there, the Johnny Gat, the Pierce, the characters were not original anymore. They were almost annoying. Like, I didn't like anybody in this game. I didn't feel driven to care for any of them. I didn't care about their problems nor their issues, nor did I find them funny. I felt that it was poorly written. And unfortunately, we're no longer 15 years old, waiting for a game to release, all excited because they're gonna say fuck in it. Like, it's no longer enough. It's not funny. It's not edgy. It's normal. And now that it's become normal in the way that we swear and we joke around, it's actually annoying. So it just feels weird. It feels like the old guy at that party who just maybe is a little bit too old to be there. Should maybe go home. On release, my initial reaction was, you guys are just bitching. This game's not that bad. Give it a chance, play it. Like, I'm having fun. Played it for the first 30 minutes, and I had like minimal problems with it. Things that, I'm like, you know what? A little patch here and there can fix it up. But as I continued playing, I just kept seeing that there was just a polish that just was not there. I would start music on my phone, get in the car, and then my car would have a radio playing and my music would be playing on my phone. The cops, whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the bigs.
By Rope and Roy Peters.
Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. Whoop.
Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the bigs. Wait, the radio is playing at the same time as the music.
I'm misusing the chainsaw.
They had two radio stations playing at once, so I just bugged the game. This would result with music playing on my radio and my phone at the same time and becoming a jumbled up mess. So much annoyance and little things like that made me feel like there was no real quality assurance on this game. And it may be they did do the quality assurance, but they just didn't have the time to actually finish the work they needed to do. It's unfortunate because I really like Volition. I think they're a good company. Unfortunately, it seems that they have a lot of older staff members that are stuck in their old 2010 ways of making the same regurgitated garbage that they made before. It's no longer on the 360, and no one really cares as much as they used to for superpowers and flying and whoop whoop guns. Now we're looking for something more. Either you have better writing, or a storyline that actually makes sense, or something that we can actually have fun with. They just don't care like how they used to. Because back in the day, they did care. They gave us storylines and characters, funny punchlines. I really do hope someone over there wakes up, decides to actually take charge and to start a new project or even a new IP. Because they've done good games in the past, but they need to stop just building on the old stuff and just start something new. Normally, I would talk about the bugs last, talking about all the issues that it had and all the things that were wrong with it, because normally that would be the worst thing in the game. Things that would take you out of the story, out of the life of it, out of the escape, because video games are a fun little escape for people. In this game, the biggest deterrent to being able to just lose yourself in the world is the story. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Saints Row's never really been that type of game. It's always been a high-octane, stupid, funny moments back-to-back and just some ridiculous, wonky things that will happen on your screen. I get that, I understand what you mean, but there was characters that drove a story home. I cared about Gat and I cared about all of his friends. Not only that, but the wacky stuff made sense to some degree. They stole a fighter jet and fought off an army and did a whole bunch of stuff, and it fit and it worked. In this game, you have a car that becomes like Spider-Man, drives up on a billboard, knocks it over, takes out the cops, and drives away with you. What about this screams that this is a game about gangsters and the gangster life and how hard it is on the streets and how it is to, slowly work your way out of it. And maybe you didn't have a choice in life and you had to do this. Or maybe you have that psychotic friend who drags you along to everything. I don't know. I just feel that would be a little bit more reasonable, a little bit more memorable. Not only that, but it's more likely. If anything, this has taught me one thing. I now have an utmost respect for the Resident Evil franchise for doing a true remake and a reimagining and just ultimately a better game. And I think that they should have taken a page out of their book, remade the first game, retake all the different voice actors, and give it the twist that we needed it to be a Saints Row game. Unfortunately, they went and they decided to reboot the series with new characters we don't care about. I understand that you may not want to go and build off the backs of others, especially when you're a new head or a CEO or whatever it may be. You might be like, I'm going to make my own thing. Unfortunately, I think in this situation, with a strong cast like they had, especially in the first game, they had voice actors that were top notch, it would have been something really special. All things said, I think that we actually had something special here. There was something that was going to happen. There was something that was going to click. There was going to be a game here that people would enjoy. They just didn't evolve with the times. So if I had to rate this in any sort of way and tell you whether or not it's worth it, I have to say this game is definitely not worth it. I wish it was. I wish it really was, and I really gave it a chance, but unfortunately, that price tag is way too high. Now, normally I would tell you I'd pick it up at 80, 90, 50, 20% off. I don't think we should support this game. I actually wish I could refund it because it is not good enough, and we deserve better as consumers. And if we buy these games, we're just telling them we're willing to pay and keep accepting this mediocrity. The reality of things is that we need to teach them a lesson with our wallet. And we make our vote by not paying for things. This is yet another episode of Is It Worth It? My name's Daskys, and I hope you enjoyed it. For the most part, if you want to be a part of the recording process, click my little Twitch link below. It was a pleasure. All the best. Never change. Watch out for strangers. Look both ways are crossing a street. And I love you. You beautiful bastards.